It's time to play some stuff! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Play Some Stuff, Miss of Pandaria. You know, those gaming videos I'm making that nobody's gonna watch because I'm not PewDiePie! I really need to stop doing that. Someone's gonna be like, Jay, turn in your man card. If I do too many of those impersonations. I'm trying to find a working setup so I can use the Blue Yeti for these videos because I don't know if you've seen Marco, his name nowadays, but he's the guy that did the Armake 21 videos. He did a rant a while back about headset mics and how even if you buy a high-end headset, the quality is still horrendous. And I ran into that even with my Sennheiser. My Sennheiser headset basically made me sound like I was always about to fall asleep. So I'm wondering if I can find a way to make this Blue Yeti work. It's a little more complicated than most mics because it doubles as a sound processor. So it's a bit more difficult to work with. Plus I have to split my keyboard and my mouse, so it's a bit harder to type stuff. Still trying to find a good setup, although maybe I should just get a like a boom stand for it or something. Anyways, we are in the Valley of the Four Winds. I've finally gotten out of the Jade Forest, and I've got quests galore to do. And a turtle acting like a horse there. This is the part of the game, I think, where the Farmville stuff takes place. And we got problems already. So anyways, what I want to check out today is I want to actually go to the public test realm in the PTR and do some experimenting. Because what am I doing here with this paladin? Fighting! And this is exactly the sort of thing that I like doing no matter which role I'm playing. Back when I first... Let's get away from these stupid... Oh great, more of those things. Why does everything in this game have such a giant aggro radius? But I'd like to not stand around when doing these videos, but I almost have no choice without everything just attacks out of nowhere. And then the AE abilities are complete crap. Why do these little things need to have 36,000 health? Oh wait, Holy Wrath. Still not getting used to these changes. That's this guy. Maybe I should just go, well, Retribution and burn him down a lot quicker that way. Whatever. I'd like to not stand around in taverns doing these videos, but oh well, what are you gonna do? So, they have a kazoo version of this tune too? This game, I swear. I should just go back to Guild Wars 2. Anyways, the public test realms are up for patch 5.2, and one of the things that I want to check out is some of the healer monk changes that have been going on. So I've copied over this paladin, of course, and my monk, Lockhart the Ninja Priest, and I want to do some number crunching and comparison between numbers on target dummies there, because one of the ways in which holy paladins, which this character hasn't been on a regular basis in years. One of the things that has been missing with Holy Paladins is despite being these huge knightly type dudes in plate mail with weapons and shields and stuff like that, Healadins just stand in the back and just cast heals all day like a sissy, despite being heavily armored and stuff. And one of the things that has come up again and again and again throughout the history of this game is the idea of Blizzard letting Holy Paladins move forward. Well, after years and years of frustration, Holy Paladins are still sissies standing in the back casting heals all the time, but that gameplay has been given to healer monks, and so there have been some tweaks lately. The objective, I guess, from Blizzard's latest round of tweaks is to keep the healing the same, but up the token damage that monks do, so that monks can truly be the fighter healers that Holy Paladins should have been all this time. I won't be too bitter about it, I'll just see how it works for monks. So let's sign on to the PTR. And actually, no, before we go there, let's sign on to the monk on live to get some numbers for intellect stance, for tiger stance, and serpent stance to compare them to, and see exactly how much Blizzard has jumped these numbers up. Ninja Priest! Okay, it's time to beat some things up. First, Intellect Gear and Serpent Stance. This is the healing stance, of course. This, I imagine, should do less damage than Tiger Stance for damage roll. So if that obnoxious Gnome Warlock doesn't come, or Shadow Priest, doesn't run around blasting everything, let's give this another shot here. Alright, let's see what kind of numbers we can get. Ready? Go. Jab, jab, blackout kick is basically how it works. Tiger Punch, there's a buff associated with it that doesn't hit as hard. Usually, if there's a crit, it'll be bigger for blackout kick than Tiger Punch. And that's one of the things that I imagine Blizzard has been working on fixing, because there's really not much. There's a buff associated with Tiger Punch that makes your emergency heal free, but I've never found it all that interesting. Alright, so we're getting about 8k DPS. Pushing 9k at times, but I'm not getting very many crits, which I'm not happy about. Usually I get way more crits than this, and this is versus a level 85 dummy. I should have an elevated critical strike rating versus this thing. Alright, so 9k DPS with the Ninja Priest. So let's clear that out. Roughly 9k DPS as a healer. So of course, agility stance should be higher if this idiot rogue doesn't start stuff. Alright, so let's see, oh, why in the world do I have more energy, more health that way? Alright, now, agility gear. All my agility gear and Tiger Stance. Usually the best way this goes until it gets energy starved is jab, jab, kick, kick. Yeah. Alright, 17,000, 15,000, 17,000, etc. 15k. We'll say it averages out because now I'm energy starved, so I can only do one rotation at a time, and I'm hanging out around the 15k mark. Which is what happens with healer monks if they go into long drawn-out fights in DPS mode. So, it really depends on lucky crits, so about 15k. Alright, let's go to the PTR and see how much these numbers get jumped up. Ninja Priest PTR! At least you can tell it's the PTR, because instead of target dummies, we have Get Fisted. You know, we have NPCs with weird names, and people are going to start making fun of me because I copied over an 86, and I'm not using a pre-made. Get law. Oh, yeah. Oh, is that how it works? The last person that beats up on the dummies gets, the dummy turns into a carbon copy of them? Where's an 85? If these pre-mades will leave the 85 dummies alone! Whatever. Okay, so we know what numbers we're doing. Intellect Stance first. The new rotation with the new muscle memory and teachings of the monastery perks is going to be jab, jab, and Tiger Palm. The way it works now is Tiger Palm is the single target attack, and Blackout Kick is filler for AE. So when you spinning crane kick a bunch of trash mobs, you can Blackout Kick, and it hits in like a frontal cone type attack. Basically, it looks like when you Blackout Kick, it looks like you're kicking a bunch of stuff in front of you, and now it's finally going to work that way. So let's beat up on this glitch target dummy that, for whatever reason, looks like... Well, this one's called Unknown, so I don't know. Anyways, let's quit yip-yapping and get to what counts here. 26k non-crit, 32k non-crit. So now we're already almost up to the 15k. Yeah, we are at the 15k mark, and there's the buff for the free emergency heal. Ding! So now after we beat up, somebody needs a heal, really big heal, they get it for free. 61k crit on a Tiger Palm. It's putting me up to the 20 DPS, or 20k DPS mark. 20k DPS as a healer. This is a little too high. I imagine these numbers will probably get toned down before live, unless that's Blizzard's intent, is to make it so that... This is the thing. Okay, 18k now. Why don't we try Blackout Kicking, see what we get for that. Ooh, 72k. But we still have to spend more time jabbing before the Blackout Kick works. 70k Blackout Kick. Interesting. So about 20,000 DPS, single target. That's definitely a boost for healing. It may even get to the point where Mistweavers want to do their outdoor quests in Intellect Stance and not worry except for the whole mana thing, but Of course, you can always use Mana Tea for that. But about 20k DPS in healer mode. That's disturbingly high. Gives me the impression that Blizzard might cut that down a bit before this patch goes live. Alright. Change. Stop poking the guy. Sticky targeting is on by default for this, so... Okay. Drop combat, agility gear, and let's try this out. Remembering that we got around 20k DPS as around... I gotta use that... I don't want that thing in the picture. Let's use that up. Okay. I know how to use that thing up. Go up in the air and take some fall damage, baby. Oh, pfft. Nah, I still don't have... Okay. Expel harm! Oh, that just gave me something on the meters. Great, here comes another level 90 pre-made, beating up on the 85 dummies. Alright. Let's try this. 1, 2... Oh, wait. 109,000 damage. Blackout kick. I think this is a nerf waiting to happen. Because if we take a look, every time I jab, I get the muscle memory thing that adds extra damage to Tiger Palm, Blackout Kick, etc. 15k. So Tiger... Oh, that's right. You gotta alternate. But that's the problem. I've got extra chi now that I have to use up the normal way without the buff. So 56k. So all right, let's get energy back and reset the meters. So let's do the old rotation. Let's do the old rotation, especially with chi wave and the rest of those chi things not costing chi anymore. Reset the meters, and there's no way to use this up, is there? Let's see. Oh, I'm not in the... I can't cast any heals in this stance. Alright, let's try the old rotation as soon as this last bit of chi goes away. Yeah, I don't know. I think muscle memory might end up getting tied to Serpent stance, because that's an issue, is that healer monks can't really collect just their set of gear. They have to keep some agility gear around to solo with. But maybe with the damage boosts and stuff like that, things will be better for them. Alright, let's do jab, kick, kick. See how that works. Actually, that's going to mess me up because of the muscle memory buff. So jab, kick, jab, kick. Not enough chi. Oh. Doesn't matter anyways, because I'm doing almost 30,000 DPS in Tiger stance. You know what? This is just... I really think this is not going to go live like this. Look at 112,000 damage with a blackout kick. Of course, you have to, if you're in PvP, you have to catch the healer monk in agility gear in order to get hit this hard. So that means no heals, and the monk deliberately doesn't want to heal anybody because the only heal you have in Tiger stance is Healing Sphere. If this pre-made will stop jumping in front of the camera like an idiot. This isn't Super Mario, you moron. Whatever. So... 30,000 DPS. That's a bit high. Compared to what? 30,000 DPS. Compared to what? If we get a Windwalker stance. Let's check that out. Okay, while every pre-made and their mother's uncle is beating up on everything, let's see if we can do this. I may have to turn down the volume if these clowns won't shut up. So remember, 30k DPS as a healer in Tiger stance. Since I'm not planning on doing any serious gameplay on the PTR, I just went with DPS for the second spec. So, Ninja Priest versus Target Dummy. 30k DPS is the target here in order to be more worth it to be Windwalker than Mistweaver for DPS. Go. Rising Sun Kick, Blackout Kick. 13k. Yeah. 16k, having a pretty hard time breaking. Oh, there's 22k DPS, but I have to really have the rotation down pat in order to stay above 20k, which I'm not a Windwalker, so I don't know the rotation. Tiger Eye Brew. Okay, so 20k, but Mistweaver does more damage in Tiger stance and comparable damage in healing stance to the DPS monk. So one of two things obviously is going to happen. Either the healer monks are going to get toned down. Let's get out of here, get away from all these people in their uber pre-mades beating up on low-level target dummies. And just go for a little ride here. You are too far away. Drop the target. Sticky targeting. That's why I don't use it on live. Okay, so from what we've seen with these numbers, it's quite obvious that one of two things is going to happen. These numbers are going to get fine-tuned before this goes live, so Mistweavers aren't dominating the living daylights out of all the other monks and all the other players. And, or maybe Windwalkers should be buffed. The best way I think that I can compare this is, let's get another DPS in here. I brought my Paladin over, level 86, Retribution, and let's do some tweaking to see if we can get anywhere close to the 30k mark with the Ret Pally. Someone call for a Ret Noob. Okay, these pre-mades are really getting on my nerves. Let's make this short and sweet. I know Retribution is not the best DPS right now, but let's just see how the heck we stack up here. So, let's go. Yeah. Retribution's been made a little more complicated since the end of Cataclysm, but the Inquisition debuff still stands, and it's still an annoying pain in the neck. 15k. How come I'm not getting any crits? Except on the crappy attacks. 21k. Oh, there we go. Approaching the 20k mark. At the 20k mark, but still nowhere near the 30k mark that my monk was at. So I'd say that it's a tad overtuned, don't you think? Roughly around the 20k mark. Let's pop all the cooldowns. Ret Pally Pet, go! How is my Inquisition do? Oh, I hate Inquisition. The mechanic is so clunky. This is supposed to introduce... Okay, 25k with all the cooldowns popped. Still nowhere near the 30k I was getting with the monk in Tiger stance. Yeah, 26k peak. And that's with everything popped. I think the numbers speak for themselves. Okay, enough watching all these pre-mades act so uber. Whatever. I don't care for their silly PTR names either. Goodbye, pre-mades. Let's get some peace and quiet. Let's go to the spot that I used to hang out in before the flying mounts worked in Azeroth. Back when you needed some skill to get on top of the Stormwind walls. Right. Well, I think that about sums it up, folks. I imagine at some point, the monks are going to get tweaked a little more to bring their damage more in line with slightly below the DPS like they should. But for now, I imagine some monks will have a little bit of fun going around as healer monks PvPing on the PTR. So till next time, this is MultimediaJay signing off. You're watching Play Some Stuff. Thanks for stopping by, and game on!